Thirsty and 30.
Good evening to our very, very dateable crowd. Hi, Shari.
Yeah, I have to say though, our music, it's back for our guest, our male guest. The thirsty
Because they're
song.
thirsty.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, they are beautiful. So we
Um,
are on the season finale of our show. We are on episode 30 of Thirsty and 30, the blind leading the blind chat show on Smarter Love. Our goal here is really to help you improve your relationship with yourself and others. You see, Shari and I and some of our guests have already made the mistake, so you don't have to. So I'm Bea, your co-host and non-expert still until the end of the season.
Good, I'm
And
an expert.
who knows, maybe a week's break might help us. But guys, if you're just relaxing, start a watch party by sharing this on Facebook or your Viber groups or your whatever group you chat on. And ask your friend to join us. Because it'll be fun. I think so.
Exactly. And
We're
guys,
fun.
please click the subscribe button. And so, hi, thirsty audience. I'm Shari. So, special hello to Isa and Chris, Jay and Kyla. I know you guys are watching. Please ask your questions and double please, no filter. Just ask. So, also, guys, subscribe to our channel and get the realest of advice. Bea, again, I can't believe we're on episode 30 and 7 mini
Mm.
episodes in. You've gained a lot of wisdom, but yet, according to you, still not enough. I feel like we're better at now understanding ourselves. But again, when will we get the expert tag?
I know, I don't know. We'll let the audience decide by the end of this if they feel like medyo nag-progress na tayo. But I want to say hello to a few people that are here with us. So, Camille Don Ramos, good luck on this one. You were the early bird with being 15 minutes earlier than everyone
Hello.
else. And Fresh, I can't say your name, but hello, Fereshti.
Oh,
I hope I
hi,
got
hi,
it.
hi, hi.
Okay, and then Jen and Isa and Jay.
Hi,
So
hi, guys. Hi, Jay. Hi, Isa. Kyla, Chris. What's up?
yeah, so Shari, I'm excited to flourish in our relationships. And again, let's see if our friends tonight can help us out. You know what? I think we really need to get to know our shortcomings still. We can't just be like all talk and preach, Shari. I feel like, we gotta walk
All
the
bark, no
talk.
bite tayo. We
Yeah,
can't.
so kailangan may rebase konti. But anyways, so our topic today is not just the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. We will dig deep on dating syndromes and the attachment theory, which I'm not so clear on, but maybe Shari, you can help me out with this one later on.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Expert, right?
Mm.
So I'm excited to diagnose us, and I'm also excited to diagnose our guests if we can try, or they can help diagnose us, or vice versa. I don't know. Let's just do some diagnosis here. So today we have two
I
beautiful
think,
people. No joke, they are an attractive pair.
yeah. But I think always before we bring out our guests, what people love when they listen, like I think we talked to a few guests, they always say, or listeners, is that
Mm,
they realize kahit maganda at guwapo, may problema pa rin. So, so let's
that's
ask
really good.
our guest tonight kung may
Ano
problema
ba ang
rin
problema
sila.
niyo?
Okay, so our first guest is Ria Atayde. She, you know what, we went to the same school. So I mean, we know her way back. Like, she's just one of the funniest, warmest people. And right now, she's an actress and the most generous human being I know. And I've asked people around. I was actually talking to Moira like maybe a few hours ago because she's baking cookies in this home. And she said that um, Ria is always present. So that's good, right? Because people are always trying to value the power of now. So we're going to go with what she says, right? Yeah. Go
Oh,
on, Shari. Who's our other guest?
oh, let's put Ria in. There you go. Hi, Ria.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, welcome.
Oh,
Okay,
thanks,
so
Moy. Thanks to Moira. How sweet naman of her.
let's
Love
complete
it.
our panel. Our panel. So, guys, our next guest is Cutie Paturi. Our eligible bachelor tonight is Matt. We've known him since we were also very young, chunky girls. And one thing he has is again, Matt is a charming one. He is currently taking his MBA in Europe and is a secret romantic based on our pre-interview with him. He's a catch, ladies. So let's welcome Matt. Hi, Matt. Welcome.
Did no one else say anything nice about me?
I'll say
My brother didn't say
Uh,
anything?
Wala eh. Let's
That's
ask
it.
them. Joey, please type something up, something sweet for your dear brother.
Yeah, please. Hype
Mm-hmm.
me
Matt
up.
is nice. Matt is nice.
And nice, and you are charming. A plus. Let's wait for somebody to agree. Mhm. Okay. So,
hi.
shall we? Ayan, did somebody say anything? Oh no.
No,
Okay.
it's all Riri. Sorry, Matt, mamaya pa maybe your fans are just secretly typing their compliments.
You mean my
Guys.
family? Jay, come on. Stop slacking.
Jay, come on, come on.
Just one nice thing.
Nahihirapan. But anyways, we'll start off with an anonymous letter. This is someone, one of our listeners. Usually they write us like their problems, and I want to know what you guys think about this because you both have been in relationship, you've dated people. We just want to understand how you can help this person. So, dear thirsty girls and guests, I was dating a guy for 5 years. We were inseparable before COVID-19. We did everything together from sports to road trips to eating out. We loved each other's company so much. He was my numero uno. When the pandemic hit, I lost my job and it was really tough on me. He was very supportive and tried his best to console me. I, on the other hand, just fell in a rabbit hole. It was draining for both of us. So I did the right thing and I broke up with him. It's been 2 months and I really regret the decision. I'm also in a much better place now as I started working again. Help. How can I win him back or at least show that I'd like to rekindle our relationship? I miss him a lot. Love, Miss Regretful Lady. Yan.
Wow, that's a tough one, huh?
I
Oh
know,
my
drama.
god. Why would you
Drama
break up
naman.
with him?
Okay.
Luckily for you, Matt and I have both gone back to exes.
Wait, I
Okay.
have? No, I haven't.
Let's hear it. Ria or Matt? Shoot. What is your
Three.
advice?
Go for it.
So good. I don't know. I feel like there's a reason why you guys broke up, and if you that's my mom. If you feel like you actually do want to win him back, then just be honest. I feel like at this point, it's a pandemic. At this point, you should just be honest with your emotions. If you love somebody, you let them know. If you want to make it work, and if he doesn't approve of getting back together, then that's your signal. Honest. Oh my God, I got disconnected.
No, you're
I
back.
got disconnected.
You're back.
Did you hear? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be honest and communicate your emotions. I think.
Yeah, I get that though, because couples who date through quarantine, they age in dog years, right? You're just stuck with the same person for like how long? And I think no matter how long you've been together, like constantly being with someone does that to people. And I don't know, maybe she thought if she feels better about breaking up with him and she's in a better place, win
Hmm.
him back.
Paano nga ba?
How?
Oh,
Apologize.
here.
You don't.
Matt, sorry, I have to interrupt you, Matt. We have your message.
Your final compliment.
Matt is the type of guy you bring home to the family.
Yes.
Wow.
To my family.
Yeah, bring home to your own
Wow.
family.
Bring home to my own.
Go home to your own family. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, how
Babe.
about you, Shari? You.
What do I think? I mean, Matt said you age in dog years. Feeling ko, but based on what you've seen, Bea, in the past, it's either this lockdown is like a make or break. So some people
Mm.
make it and some people don't, and I feel like that's telling. So if
Mm.
you guys didn't make it, again, I'm being a negastar again. If you guys didn't make it, you didn't make it for a reason. Try again.
Yeah.
Next one.
The doctor has
Um,
spoken.
you know what? I actually got back with the next two. I shouldn't have. The circumstances were a disaster. But yeah, I was won by words. So I think if you were to put a strategy together, I think you should use words to make the person feel good because everyone wants to feel good, right? So it worked on me, foolish on me to come back to it, but it might work for you if you're a good person. So just make sure you're a good person.
Just fall in love actually and have
Also,
signs.
wait. Before making sure that you're a good person, girl, make sure he's a good person also. Make sure
Oh,
it's worth
yeah.
it if you're gonna use your words. Let's think of that first.
The cynic has spoken. Shari, who hurt
Exactly.
you?
Sabi ko lang. Okay, so guys, thank you, Miss Regretful Lady. I hope we helped you somehow.
Hope you get him
So
back.
let's warm up a little bit. So we are a Bachelor and Bachelorette episode. Let's start with the first question. Matt and Ria, what is your type? What do you look
they're
for?
like they're like that's not a warm up. That's
You wanna go straight into it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I feel like I've always said this. I don't have a type. Like if you look at like my
Same,
past
same.
relationships, they vary a lot
Mm.
from everything. It's I think one thing they have in common is like it's more of like how I get along with them rather than how they look. It's more it's so cliche, but personality. I like personality. I like banter. I like back and forth. I don't like having to feel like I talk a lot, so I don't like having to feel like I do talk a lot. Thank you, Eve.
I mean, she okay.
There's
I thought
truth,
so.
but
This is a
go
grill
on.
Matt episode. I think this is the episode where everybody Matt. It's a prank. This is a grill
I know.
Matt episode. Actually,
Am I being punked?
It's a roast.
you are. You are.
It's an intervention.
Mm.
Walked into a trap.
So, Ria, what's your type?
Okay, so I know I don't specifically have a type, but I read somewhere and I have a friend who manifested her soulmate and they just got recently engaged. And I realized because she came up with a list of things that she likes, like deal breakers and all of that. So I actually have a list of like
I don't have a list.
ready,
of things
ready today. Okay, share with us.
that I wanna no, this is from June 18, 2019 pa.
Ah,
I just
okay.
realized this when I saw like when you like different so there's a point system. 5 points for deal breakers, 2.5 for negotiable, 1 point for sana lang naman, pero kung wala pwede na rin. So my fives are my fives are family oriented, gets along with my friends, intellectually connected with me, has an ambition and works towards it. And we have the same humor, okay with my family. Maximum 10-year age gap, and a gentleman. There we go. There we go. That's my top 5 points.
10 years plus minus. So old or younger.
Plus lang. Cannot do younger.
No
18?
younger.
I'm not dating a 19-year-old. Hello. No thanks.
Oo. Plus lang.
You
Bea
never
and
know.
I
You
did
never
that. Bea and I did that this morning. I think no joke. We were
know.
sending each other our list.
Mm.
Because we were like,
You should apparently
But you guys
that's
have
how you
lists?
manifest.
So when you guys go on dates, you have like a checklist like here. Fill this out, please.
no.
And then
I
they just
never did.
No.
You know what? The main criteria for me when I was dating someone, they have to be exciting. But excitement is so wrong. Like it's so wrong. They could do
Mhm.
they could
Mhm.
steal, they could get drunk, they could be trespassing. That's exciting.
Kasi
So
yung
like
it was
little
so
danger.
wrong.
yung definition
Yeah.
mo of exciting naman was jail time exciting eh. But
It's like, would we go to jail tonight? Yes. Okay, I'm in.
yes,
So
So
Um,
now stable. Stable.
stable but not boring. It has to be
Quiet.
a perfect balance talaga eh.
Okay.
I've had this
So-
conversation before. Like if you want something like stable but like or like exciting but toxic. Oof.
Yeah.
Well,
Pero guys, what about the other side?
well.
The other side of the coin. Biggest turn offs.
Hmm.
rude to people,
Okay.
especially
like
the ones who work under them or whatever.
or wait
What
staff
else now?
or
Yeah.
people you don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Like people,
Yeah, exactly.
you tell a lot about a person by just how they treat people they don't know, or like who have nothing
Mm-hmm.
to benefit from. You just like if you're rude to just like anyone, it's just like you see it and you're like, oh god, run away.
So
Ikaw,
rude,
Bea.
what else? Top 4. Top 5 pala.
Hala.
Tapos na tayo.
Top 5.
Okay, that's
Because there should be more. It's not. I don't think you're just looking at rudeness. I think there's other things that people like get turned off
I have
with.
one. Mabaho. Putukin. That's a big one.
yeah.
Else?
Are you
Kahit na
speaking
you
from
look like
experience?
Hmm.
I think narcissistic, like people who are
Oh.
too into their looks, and I mean, you find that a lot everywhere, right? Like
But
no, I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference
Okay.
between like having your whole camera roll just yourself, or like not
okay.
caring about what other people think about you. Right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
huge difference. Like how many selfies do you take a day, Shari?
0. I rarely take
Okay.
selfies.
See, 10 out of 10. Good job.
See? Ikaw,
Love
Bea.
selfie. The selfie or the turn off?
Selfies. Turn off. Turn off.
Turn off. Yun, someone who doesn't engage in good conversation is pretty tough, like knocking on a wall. I think that's the hard thing. And anyone who's who's trying to convert you to their religion. Because it's someone that
So
tried to
no
convert
Mormon.
me. Yeah, someone did try to convert me to his. So I was like, no.
Oh
No.
god.
Speaking
Yeah.
of somebody trying to convert you, that sounds like a bad date experience. Let's jump to bad dates muna before we
yeah.
dive into the rest of our. Ria and Matt, tell us a story. What was the worst date that you guys have ever been on?
You know what? I never really went on dates. On like a getting to
Ah.
know you date because all the people I dated came from being a friend. So I wouldn't really maybe falling asleep during the movie, maybe. I guess. Like that's the worst that's happened to me, I guess. But
Eating your food.
yeah, I've never
Oh.
no, I don't mind sharing food because I like ordering what I like and then kunwari, like I'd be like, okay, what do you want to order? Okay, let's split. Let's split both. So I get to try
For
two
the
things.
middle.
Hello, Matt. Wise.
Yeah.
You have to be wise. You,
gets
what's your
better.
worst date, Matt? Tell me about your worst date,
I'm
Matt.
a horrible casual dater. I don't know how to like casually date. I think most of my life I've been in like long-term relationships. But I did go out with this one girl who ended up bringing a friend to dinner, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, and they were the one who asked me to come to the you want to have dinner. I was like, yeah, okay. And she shows up with a friend. I was like, oh, I don't know what's happening. I just went with it. I was like, who do I talk to?
Which one did you talk to? Did you pick one? Did you go
Yeah, I
for
talked
both?
to the friend. The friend was funner.
Oh, see, that's the
Oh.
worst thing.
More fun.
Guys, if you guys are gonna bring out a friend on a
No,
date,
but I wasn't like,
bring a less attractive friend.
Less funny friend too.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
bring a friend.
That was your. That was
Yeah,
your.
don't bring a friend. Why would you bring a friend? Like,
Hi.
Chaperone.
why? Why like that? Why like that?
I know that's not a real date. Like I only bring a friend if it was going to be like I think it's gonna be a bad date.
True.
Right?
Na-threaten sa'yo, Matt. Na-threaten. Kaya,
Ah.
like the
Yeah, do I look sketchy?
intimidating.
Excuse me, she's the sketchy one, huh? Joke lang. I'm
Sino ba
just
to?
joking.
Joke lang.
Hey.
What are you talking about, Ree?
I don't know. I don't know.
Shari, how about you?
I'm just
Worst
saying.
date.
I
Worst date.
set my worst date already. It was before the lockdown when he kept forcing me to take a personality test during our date. He's like, bring out your phone. What's your Myers whatever thing date?
Myers-Briggs test?
That one. And he kept asking. I was like, I don't know. I've never taken it. And then like 5 minutes passed and he was like, bring out your phone, take it. Because mine's like this, like this, like that. I'm like, I'm not going to take a test here. And then he just kept asking me to take it. I was like, ayoko, nauwi na ako, he said. So that was
Shari,
the
how about
worst.
your best wedding date?
No, but We all, what's the,
We'll
what's
get
my
there. We'll get there. Wait, my worst date was someone who used a Groupon voucher to do a buy three get one free cocktail, and then it led to him trying to convert me to his religion. And in the end, I was so ticked off that I wanted to leave. And then he said, "Can I still kiss you?" I was like, "No." Groupon voucher, religion conversion. No, you don't get a kiss in the end. That is not a good date.
Convert you
What's
to
the
what
goal?
religion?
I
Yeah.
think it was Jehovah's Witness. I can't remember.
Jehovah's.
Oh God, you
Yeah.
would have been a witness. What's the
I have no
goal,
idea.
to convert you or to kiss you?
The goal was to kiss me or to convert me. I don't know. We have to
Yeah.
ask him. We have
What
to
was the
contact
stronger
him
drive?
again.
Guys are so sketchy these days.
I mean, I understand the need to be in the same, same values, but that's a bit too far.
It
Yeah.
could be a, like, at least it's less sketchy. At least he's converting it to like a religion or a cult. Diba? It could be worse.
That's what
Any
it's called.
any guys in the audience, if you have any bad date experiences, please share them with us. It would be really. Oh, someone is a fan of you. Yeah, and someone said Pogi.
Oy, Maddie.
But-
That's Maddie.
Pindot nga. Give us
Okay, wait.
Matt,
isang heart
Like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so awkward now. Sorry.
Wait. You both are very attractive people. I want to know if you struggle with dating. I know, Ria, you don't really date, but what are the struggles with the opposite sex for both of you? Or if you don't have, it's okay. You can tell us.
And nabusted na ba kayo?
Okay, I'm really thinking about this. I think just being on the same page, like wanting the same
Yeah.
thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No.
No, yes.
You can.
Okay. So yeah, so
Okay.
there, I think being on the same page, that's a struggle that I've had to deal with. I think just like you have different. There's some people who would just like to date casually, but I'm not the type to date casually. I'm really not. I'm like, if you're in it, you're in it. We're doing this. But yeah, there. I think that's it.
Ria's like, you and me,
We're
let's
doing-
go.
We are doing
Let's
this.
go. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ready,
no,
yeah.
I mean, how are you gonna date if you don't waste your time? We're not getting any younger. Diba?
I'm not.
I'm going
Oh, we're
backwards.
not
I don't know about
ready.
you guys. I'm going backwards.
I'm going forward, babe. Mag-backwards ka mag-isa.
I'm doing Benjamin Button. I'm going 29x. Oh no, 30.
No, I think modern dating's funny. Like people
Mm.
don't like to commit these days. They're so okay with like living in the age where like expectations are so low. Like you can settle for like almost and no labels and whatever we can get. And like you don't want to seem to like ask for too much or seem too difficult or too eager or too excited to talk to someone. And it's like, people are just like, it's just like a very substandard like version of romance. It's so watered down. Like you're okay with not being ghosted. Like, and that's a plus. How is that a plus? Like you I think you end up looking for things that are like a basic thing that should be given in any relationship, right? Like a reply. Come on. Like if you're busy, say you're busy.
Have
And
you been
it's
ghosted, Matt?
not that I know of. I don't know.
Not that you know of.
Baka he
Yeah.
ghosted.
I have.
No, I've been. Of course, I've been.
See, that's
Of
a
course I've
question. Like, again, you guys are good-looking people, and we've met a lot on our show, and the people who watch our show who have been busted na sila, or they got ghosted. So it has happened to the both of you, correct?
Yeah.
Of course.
You're not for everybody.
Iwanan sa ere, ganyan. Dropped you out of nowhere, ganun.
Yeah, I feel like I had this call with Ria
So
the other
annoying.
day. I had a 2-hour call with Ria
Yes.
the other day. Like, yeah, it happens. It happens.
What do you advise each other? Like, let's say Ria's gonna call you and she says, like, this guy just left me in the air, brought me in a hot air balloon, and just like let me float in the skies. What would you tell her?
With Ria, oh God, you know how people have like support groups for like Alcoholics Anonymous. Ria's is like,
I love
don't call your
anonymous.
ex. Don't call your ex. If you feel like calling, call me, and then we'll sort it
Yeah.
out. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, great friend. And I think you need these people around you to kind of, the validation you don't need from another person. You don't need
Mm.
that. You don't need that. It's like you need to hear
Yeah.
it, but you're not going to tell yourself that.
Yeah. You need people
Support
on
group.
speed dial. I love that.
Yeah, or
And
just
Matt
like,
and I basically, Matt, no, you and I basically tell each other what we both have to hear. Like I tell him what I have to hear, he tells me what he has to hear. It's the same thing. We're like the same people.
Okay. Yeah,
tough pills to
people are kind
swallow.
of shipping you. Huh?
Hala.
Ayun na lang. Haha.
Ayun na lang, charot. I love that. And then
So,
another one, sorry,
yeah.
one more. Fan club. You guys are bagay. Haha, char, love you.
Char. Puro char. Here's a good one though
Char.
about bad first dates. First date, he
Mm.
told me I was tabain, so no second date. Tama.
Oh my
Why?
god, of
Why would
course. You leave immediately.
Oo.
Say,
Said that.
"Bye, this is over."
Batuhin mo siya. Parang feeling ko alam kung sino to. I will confirm later. And there's one, your first date daw, Matt. Someone dropped a siomai in your Sprite once during dinner.
Yuck.
That wasn't my date though. That was someone else's date.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh.
Or maybe
That's
trying to
even
slide
worse,
into your
man.
DM.
It would have been okay if he ate the shawmai, but he didn't. He just got another one. So
So,
yeah, no,
okay.
Jay,
Go ahead, Matt.
no, Jay and I like went on we chaperoned like our uncle who was dating another like a tita, and then they just wanted to see what it'd be like to have kids. I don't know if they got married though. Probably not.
You probably.
So after they saw Jay and I, they were like, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt.
So you guys are both from big. Let's jump a little bit. You guys are both from big families. But do you get pressured by your big families to settle down and make the family even bigger? What do they tell you, and what do your friends and family tell you when they try to pressure you to settle down?
Okay, so I was never pressured until like recently when all my friends started getting married and my family would notice how many weddings I'd go to. They'd be like, "So when's yours? When's yours?" I'm like, "Really? I'll just focus on my work. Keep quiet. You're annoying." But it's like all joking lang because they know naman my history and they know naman my story and all of that. But yeah, the pressure mostly comes from I've told you that oh my god, Mikey.
Someone's making you like
Yeah.
lag.
Ria gets pressured by her dad to go on Tinder. Okay.
Yes, every day almost. And he discovered Bumble a week ago. So he's been telling me to get on Bumble and Tinder. But yeah, I think it's more like for me, my pressure is more from myself biologically because I know the science behind having kids and I actually do want kids of my own. So it's more that. But there's also science to fix that. So it's fine. We're good. No pressure here.
We're good. We're
Work
good.
first.
Just shake it off.
We're good. I guess
Nothing
we're
else.
good.
No
We're good. I think.
Nangangatay, hindi ko na kaya. Ayoko na.
Sure.
You know what's
I'm like
interesting
laughing
what you
because I
said
can't relate.
with dads being open to Tinder and Bumble? Like they've gotten that desperate that they're open to like girls being on Tinder and Bumble. Because like
But
before that
sometimes,
was like
do
unheard
they
of.
realize though that our dads or your dads, do they realize ano nangyayari on Tinder? What really happens on Tinder? Or do they just think it's like the usual dating? Not really.
What
Men,
really
they're
happened, Shari?
good.
What happens, Sherry? What happens?
You know Tinderella. Tell me, you tell me what happens on Tinder, man.
Jesus is watching. Okay, you know what's up.
Oh my God, nakakahiya. Hi, Jesus.
Oh, sorry.
Wedding party, we miss you. So Matt, how about you? Struggles? I
I don't
pressure
think
you.
I don't think I get pressured. If anything, it's like my immediate family, and my mom never pressures me. I think at one point she would just ask me to like take things more seriously, and I have been. But Jay just had a kid, so he took the pressure off of everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It
it's not
buys
like
you
Matt,
time,
go.
right?
Yay.
Yeah, it buys me a little time. So it's
Hmm.
like Matt. It's not go find a wife. It's like I'm gonna play with my grandkid instead of talk to Matt about finding a girlfriend first at least. That's
So
been good.
Matt, Ria's dad pressures her to into joining Tinder. Does your mom pressure you into joining Tinder?
Or
One
where
time
does
I
she
said,
want you to meet someone?
I don't know. I mean, these days it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard unless you know them or whatever. You're not just gonna bump into anyone in the street. Like, she's not picky. I think one time a notification popped up from Tinder,
Yeah.
and her eyes rolled back, and I was like, sorry. So,
You have a comment
gone.
here. Barcy needs a cousin. This is something I hear from my cousin though, and I always tell her like my cousin has a newborn, and I always thought like I can't do it immaculately during COVID. Like it doesn't happen that way, you know. It doesn't just
can't
pop out. Can't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Barcy's so cute. She does need a cousin. I'm gonna call Carly. Ask him to hurry up.
Sino?
My brother.
Brother.
Oh, Carly. I thought you said Kylie. It's like, sino naman si Kylie? May bago na naman.
So wait, I have a question on both of you being single. I know you've said that it's pretty relaxed, except some other pressures from your dad, or let's say like, you know, like right now someone's asking you for a cousin for a newborn. What is the most annoying thing that you've heard about your single status for both of you? Like, you know, that really just, you know, you're single, like being single should be enjoyable, right? But sometimes people just drain the party. Rain on the party.
You want to go first? Oh, me first. Okay.
Yeah.
I think people think I'm picky or have a type, and I really don't. It just, you kind of know right away if you get on with someone where you get along so well that you kind of just check yourself. It's like, yeah, I don't feel like seeing anyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. People assume that I have a type, but I really don't. For me, it's really just like how I get along with someone, and I know I'll tell myself like, yeah, it works. You kind of know from the start, I think, and you don't really look for anything else after. But until I'd rather be single than be in the wrong relationship.
You don't have a
Nice.
type. Guys,
I don't have a type.
Slide in.
Slide in, everyone. There's about like 50 people here. Slide in those DMs. He has no type. Let him filter.
Tell me a joke.
Before we move in, we move on. I mean, we have a phone-in question for me. Do you guys have a totka, aka the one that got away? Do you have one? Ria, let's start with you. The one that got away.
I thought I did. And then, no pala. Not yet.
No. Like he's
I
canceled.
thought
I love that.
You know, I was always annoyed. I was always annoyed because, like, growing up, you know, I watched Of Rosie the other day, and I was annoyed that I don't have like a childhood sweetheart. Like how I was slacking when I was a kid. So you know how everyone has like, oh yeah, we're gonna end up together like eventually. I don't have a childhood sweetheart. It's annoying.
So you have the one that got away, Matt? None?
I feel like not top of my head there could be, but
Sino? Tell us.
I don't-
on the audience.
Tell us.
names.
Tell us a
You want
number.
names?
No,
Yeah.
no names.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
Just,
no.
just, just like things that happen, just things that haven't happened, or like that haven't like materialized or gotten to where I wanted it to go.
So sino, Matt?
I'm gonna be
First letter.
very
First letter.
puzzling.
First letter lang. Oh, see. First letter only.
First, no. Get out of here. No first letter.
No?
So obvious. It's
Okay,
so
second
obvious.
letter.
Second
Second
letter.
There are only so many letters in the
Second
alphabet.
letter nga. Second letter na lang.
Shut up.
Go on, please.
This is so fun.
Second letter. No?
I'm turning around stuff. It's because I got a tan the other day.
Oh, sige, fine. Sorry, Kyla, we tried. So let's go to your dating personas, or I guess dating syndromes. One that stuck out to me was the grass is always greener on the other side dating syndrome. Do you guys have that? Especially now that it's kind of like a buffet. Again, Matt's a Tinderella sometimes, just joking. I mean, we're all Tinderella sometimes.
He's gonna get him in trouble with his
Do
mom.
you
Mom, I'm
feel
not.
like, yeah, he's not though. Do you feel like because we are so spoiled for choice that it's harder for you to actually pick one and try?
I feel like for me it's a little bit harder, just because I prefer like having known the person already beforehand because I get awkward. I remember Matt, the wedding story I was telling you about. Like I was just so evasive with everybody. I was like, "Why are you talking to me? Like, don't talk to me." Like I get so awkward. I don't know how to deal with people like guys talking to me. I really don't. I'm just like so like it's really bad. So much so that one of the guys goes, what, you're too pretty to talk to us? What, you're an artista? I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's really
Someone
not. It's
said,
just, I don't know how to deal. I really don't know how. I realized.
You should have just said yes.
You mean you're an introvert? You're
No, I'm an
an
extrovert. You
extrovert.
know this. I'm an extrovert. Pero feel ko when it comes to relationships kasi medyo insecurities with how you are as a person, I think, come to play. You don't just
Yeah.
like present yourself. Like, yes, I feel like as if you're gonna get into a relationship, you'd want to be like, I don't know. And again, like I don't just date for
It's like
fun.
close.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
I don't
horse.
know, different.
No, I get that.
It's something I'm trying to work on though, because I feel like that's the only way I'm gonna meet people, diba?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
The
Shut.
grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's green where you water
Matt,
it.
do you agree?
Do you,
Oh, where
yeah.
you water
no.
it. Okay.
Do you practice that, Matt? Or do you also hunt and hunt and hunt and you can't
What?
pick just
No.
one?
When I'm in a relationship, I'm good.
Yeah, he's
Like
he's an
I'm like serial monogamous, and I mean everyone. I think these days it's so easy to find someone new, someone like bright and shiny, and you know there are always options available everywhere. Halfway across the world, you'll find anyone who'll slide in your DMs and just like go right. But I think it takes a lot. It takes a lot to just
The
The
grass
grass
is
always
always
greener.
greener on Matty's side.
Ladies,
You got-
he is available.
you gotta
It's
block
green
this
over
guy.
there.
Wait, okay. Let's move on to another syndrome. So it doesn't seems like it's iffy. This one I want to know because we heard this a few like maybe yesterday.
Yesterday.
The disorganized syndrome. It means like when they like you don't like them. When you like them, they don't like you. It's like really hot and cold, like basically disheveled.
It's like what I asked you, Matt, if you had the runaway bride syndrome. When somebody started getting into you, you run away. Do you guys have that?
Parang
I
no,
think it
parang
depends.
it's me. I'm always the one who ends up liking the person more. When I'm the one who's
Oh.
like,
Same.
I think so, right, Matt? I'm always the one who's
Yeah.
like not so interested, give it a
I
shot,
mean-
and then being the one like, oh, don't leave me.
I
And
feel
then-
like I feel like if you initiate and run when they show interest, then something's wrong with you. Like why would you start something and then just kind of like dip after like it progresses? You're just like why go through the trouble of like talking to someone for X amount of time, telling things about you, like learning things about them, and just like, oh, you're interested, I'm out. It's weird. I mean, and it's
I
so
guess
easy.
fear
It's so easy to disappear.
It's so easy to disappear.
Who? Yeah, they just ghost you.
Speaking of ghosting, to me that's a deal breaker. How about you guys? Any specific dating deal breakers you experienced as of late? Na parang you're like hard pass.
Mm.
If you get ghosted, literally walk the
Rhea
other way.
has look at her face. She has something.
Oo nga, she's like, man.
He's like, should I say it? Say it.
No,
I'll say it.
I'm thinking if it's like, I feel like when the attention isn't reciprocated as well as it should be, and you know what I mean, it should be equal. Can't be a one-way street type of thing. So I think that's like a thing for me.
And
I
knowing
just
Rhea,
have a
she does
follow-up.
way too much.
I do have a follow-up, Agria, though. And I guess, Matt, you can chime in this one. Because I always hear this from people that if you were to find a husband or a partner, like for a woman, you should find someone who loves you more than you love them. Like, this is a very traditional advice, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard this. What do you
I've
think,
heard
Matt?
that for sure.
So the man should love you more than you love them. Ganun ba? Talaga.
I feel like kasi it's given to both guys and girls.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's which side you're on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like it should really be equal. Equal amount of effort, equal amount of love, equal amount of attention. time given, all of that.
You're a nice person, Ria.
Ideally, Rias, right? But I would prefer to be loved more.
I mean, let's be honest though. I think you have. There are times where you want to put all the effort in. There are times where you don't feel like putting the effort, and then they have to just make up the difference of the effort you don't want to put in, right? Like, it's a lot of give and take. And if it's just me doing it and you expect me to do it the entire time, and when I don't feel like doing it, you complain that you don't do enough or whatever. I think it's there are times where you just have to make up the difference of like my feeling like I don't want to have to put effort today because I just can't today. I mean, it's one day, right?
Yeah.
But not every day. Then cut them off. But like some days you have your bad days. I think everyone does.
I think that is solid advice, actually.
I thought of something else. Somebody who doesn't communicate. Like kind of makes you guess how they feel or guess what's on their mind. Like, dude, I'm not a psychic.
A mind reader.
Yeah.
But you're not?
Here's a good one, guys. I read somewhere there are cycles. Sometimes you love him more, and there are times he loves you more. It depends where each one is in life.
I think that makes sense.
That is a mature person.
Moriel, A+.
A+.
So again, back to communication. People who can't communicate, that is a red flag. And somebody here said something about red flags. I'm curious.
He said red flag.
As two
You just said
attractive people, you guys can't be perfect. What are your red flags? Let's start
I'm
with Ria. Yeah.
I already said I'm clingy. I'm super clingy to a fault sometimes.
But not all the time. Like you have your
Not
moments
all
where
the
it's like you need your space.
Sometimes I do need my space.
Go,
I'm
man.
an
Cheer for her.
for
Oh,
the
Hyper, I got you.
Hyper.
Okay, Matt, how about
What's
you?
your red flag?
Red flag.
I think I'm annoying. Like I talk a lot, and not a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm moody.
You talk a lot? No
Sometimes.
naman. No naman.
Matt can have his own show.
No, Matt.
Girls and
I think that's the thing, man. I feel like for the right person, you're never too much.
Yeah, no, really.
you guys are really
Oh, I'm cute. I'm gonna share.
Where are they? Where are they though?
Where are they though? We keep choosing
Okay.
wrong.
Wait, question. Do you think you both attract the wrong kind of people?
That's a good
And
question.
I think so, right?
And why?
yeah.
I think it's a self thing. It's like I read somewhere that you accept the love that you think is normal.
I know that
I
book.
heard this too.
Perfect
Not
Wallflower.
not that you deserve, huh? It's not even what we deserve because we know what we deserve. It's more like we think this is acceptable, so let's take it. It's normal. It's okay. Let's do it. But really, in reality, it's not really.
I mean, the love you tolerate, you get it. And
Yeah.
you should
I
not
think
tolerate
you shouldn't lower your standards for anybody. Like you will have people who are okay, and you'll have like really like shiny people who are just like, oh wow, like it could be different, but like are they always good for you? Not all the time. From experience.
You want to share specific examples, Matt? Since
Not
ang
so
rami
much.
mo experience.
But
Not so
you
much.
have a fun Marquitos. Monetize that, Matt. Monetize your chattiness and your appeal. Monetize it. I'll be your
I think he
manager.
does. I think he's making it work for himself.
I know. I think Marquitos is working somehow.
I
He's
can't. Oh my god.
He's a chatterbox. Okay.
Yeah, no, I gotta stop.
Yeah, but what were you asking, Bea?
I was wondering about your 20-year-old self because, we've all gone through really stupid moments, basically. And I want to know what's the difference of your 20-year-old self versus now when it comes to looking at relationships and dating people. Or I guess you're friend zoning or removing someone from the friend zone since you don't date.
Friend zoning. How many people have you friended, Ree?
Are you guys the friend zone type? You friend zone people?
She's unfriending nga eh. She unfriend zones.
Diba? Problem nga. Actually, it's sad, because you lose a friend when you lose the person as well. It's sad. It's hard to go back.
True.
I don't think I have that many options to no, you stay in the friend zone. Like I don't. I have a lot of friends, and then no, I don't think I have people who are like, no, you're in the friend zone. I don't think I've ever had to make this decision where it's like, no, you stay in the friend zone.
Okay.
But difference between my 20-year-old self. I think, like growing up, I've always had like really long relationships, most of them long distance, and I don't think you develop like a sense of like individuality of like who you are as a person. It's kind of shaped by everything you do. But if you're in a relationship for as long as I was, you kind of don't have like, oh, who am I? What do I like? And things like that. So I think when you're single, you kind of figure that out more and more as you go.
Yeah.
So that's what, yeah, it's been good. Like you've learned more about yourself and like what you want, what makes you happy, what don't you want. Like being single, then when you're in a relationship, you learn a lot more.
Right.
So 20-year-old me
that.
was also in a long-term relationship. And I think the difference from then is now I actually know that I have to put myself first.
Mhm.
There's that. Yeah.
And it's not selfish.
It's not
Yeah.
selfish.
Your
It's part of
20-year-old
Self-care.
self is definitely borderline insanity, right? Like
Tililing.
tililing, what we call tililing here.
People were
No.
tililing in
Oh
person.
my god. Oh my god. I'm getting
What's that?
flashback. Okay, let's
Wait, what was the one moment? Can we talk a little bit about the tililing moment? You don't have to name names. It's okay. I'll protect you guys. But what is a
Name
tililing
names if you
moment?
We
Shari's
all
bad
know.
cop.
It's okay. You don't have to name names.
Yes, but Matt,
Rias,
second
Army, and
letter, name it.
Angel.
No,
What?
also we have them.
Share with us like one tililing moment that you just like, oh my god, this is not a sane
Yeah,
person's move.
you
From
or
you guys,
you caught yourself like I'm being tililing right now. Tama
I
yan.
can tell you one. Don't worry. You want me to tell you one first, para you
Yes,
feel
first,
good?
yeah. But I
Okay.
feel better about
Go,
myself.
go Bea.
I threw a tequila bottle across the floor, like, and I almost, I went crazy. I would say I threw a bottle, one or two.
That's like a
And then
regular
a lot.
Saturday night for you.
No, this was at a person. It wasn't like, oh, let's have fun. No,
If
it
you
was
were
really like,
if you were throwing it at the person that I'm thinking of, na I feel like you should have aimed at his head or something. He
yeah.
deserved it.
And then he threw an iPad at me. It was just a lot of throwing. It's like, anyways. Okay, so I hope you guys felt warmed up. How about you guys? Share.
There we go for excitement, Bea. That's exciting.
Prison excited.
Wait, what does tililing mean? I have no idea.
Crazy,
Oh.
crazy.
Oh,
Matt
okay.
talaga.
If I went crazy.
Naman. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
If
I
you
went
had a
crazy.
crazy moment.
Mhm.
I think oh god, after like one like long relationship, I was like kind of partying a lot, like to the point where it was just like the days I take off were a lot less than the days I would be out. And my mom was like, "Are you good?" I was like, "Yeah." I'd be in Siargao like 3 times in 2 months for weeks at a time.
After which ex was this? Second letter.
One of them, the
A,
long
B,
one.
C, D, E, F, G. Which one? Which letter?
Second letter lang.
Just
second
say stop. Say stop when I'm singing.
You guys know my exes. You're good. Yeah, but I had this like spiraling rabbit hole. My best friend like literally grabbed me and like brought me to Siargao and forced me to like surf, do yoga, kind of detox it for like 2 weeks. I mean it took a while. I go back. Then once it was out of your system, you're good. But it was like
So you did
different
the eat,
person.
pray, love. You did eat, pray, love, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had lots of love.
Just love.
He did eat and love.
No, I did that. I think I did it after. Like when I did it after. Like eventually, this was just like kind of reshaping like who I thought I was as a person and like what I wanted and what I wanted out of all of this. And then I did it after India, Spain. Traveling alone kind of just opens a lot of doors for you, especially since like no one knows you there. You're kind of just out there by yourself. I mean, even here, and I'm in Scotland, and I'm alone here. It's so much fun.
Tell us more, Matt. How's dating in Scotland?
I don't know. I mean,
We'll go back to that. I want to hear Ria's tililing first.
yeah.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
back to
We're
Ria.
that.
not free of this. You're not
I
afraid.
feel
God.
like okay, so I think I really got picked on, and then we were in the car, and then I just started shouting. I started pulling my hair, and then I got off the side of the road, and then I had my car pick me up just to wait outside his condo for the longest time.
That's
Are you
normal.
Wait,
crazy?
you have
Crazy.
a special guest. I'm just gonna get her. Wait lang. Dali lang.
Oh God.
Wow.
Gonna pop in.
A special
Tisha's
guest.
watching that. Say hi to Tisha. She wants a
Hi,
hi,
Tish.
Tisha.
Hi,
Hi,
Tisha.
Tisha.
My cousins are
Okay,
watching.
before Bea comes in, we have a question. Oh, ano ba yan? Sorry, gumula. How do you put a person in the friend zone without offending them while we wait for Bea? Let's answer our audience
I've
question.
experienced that. I think, just honesty also. Like, we're adults. We're all like mature young individuals. It's really communication and really telling them straight up. Na parang, thank you. I appreciate it. But I can't reciprocate. I hope that's okay.
Wow.
You just get them and put them there.
Ganun, man.
No.
Just physically move them.
No, like I think like yeah, communication. I'm slowly like learning how to kind of be more outspoken about things like this. Like you tell them, especially if you want to get into a relationship, you're honest about like what you want out of things and everything.
Hi. Thank you. Hi, I want cookies.
Me
For
too.
cookies naman. Oh, this is Matt. This is Matt. That's
This
Matt.
is Matt.
Hi,
He's
how are
single
you?
and looking to mingle. If you have
So
single,
if you have any friends that you can make Greta to Matt,
yep.
No pressure.
Name's
Rias.
Wow.
We have a crazy question.
We got a hi, Moira
Moira.
from Mildon Ramos. Hello.
Hi, boy.
Wait, give us a lang love advice. It's your
Oo
Yeah.
nga, from a
Moira,
married girl.
What is love?
Woo, that's
Oof.
a good question. Love. God. Love is waking up to your best friend every morning. I think for me, it was falling in love with my best friend and already seeing him have his worst foot forward before seeing him on his best foot forward. Does that make sense? And seeing
Yeah.
everything ready
Aw.
before saying I do. It's such a great thing because I thought that falling in love with my best friend would be hard or like would be awkward. There are a lot of things that are awkward about falling in love with your best friend. It definitely feels new every day. So yeah. So we
I love
just
it. I love it.
Great.
Must be nice. Must be nice. What's that like?
Cute. Look at that.
feel
How about
But your songs feel so sad, huh? Your songs are sad. Why like that?
How about you, Ria and Matt? What is love? Or is that what? Tell us.
I'll tell you. Soon. Whoa.
Soon, when I find out. Oh God.
Matt, wala sagot. Come on, guys.
I think if you find someone who meets you halfway
Halfway.
with everything, like you're not always gonna have like your best. Like she was saying, you're not gonna have your best foot forward every time, but you
Yeah.
find someone who kind of overlooks all of your faults and meets you halfway, regardless. Like you don't want to be doing too much work. You don't want to be asking for too much. You're just receiving everything. I think there's like a good balance between all of this, and it doesn't always have to be like shiny. Your relationships and love aren't always like, it's not always sparkly and like pretty. You know what I mean? Most of the time it's just a lot of downtime, and you're in quarantine. You're both just sitting there. This like you have to be comfortable in silence too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ladies, slide in. Look at that. Diba?
Shut up. Shut up.
Another one.
Come to
Oh,
Scotland.
United Kingdom.
bagay daw. Whoever bagay daw.
Mapushit na guys. Okay na. Come on. Okay
Move on
na.
na. it's a hard pass yata, guys. So guys, let's go to like your dating personas. Bea and I were researching about something called attachment styles. Bea, can you tell them a bit about the attachment styles?
Okay, apparently it's the single largest predictor of success in your relationship, whether they are romantic, familial, or platonic. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Sherry's been making me take the test. So I'm gonna ask you a few of these things and tell me if you are somewhat like this, or I'm gonna also ask you are not to confirm for the other, okay? So the first one is fearful avoidance. You often flip flop between hot and cold, sometimes confused about how you feel towards your loved
I mean,
Mm,
I'm like that. That's me.
oh no, I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Oh no, that's me. How about you, Moira? Do you have an attachment style?
ones.
Yeah, that's like you. Moira, are you fearful avoidant?
Uh,
That's what Bea said. You hot or do you run hot and cold like that?
like one time you're like all in, and then sometimes you're like, oh no 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 no. I feel like may pagkamartir ako eh.
That's a
So
Filipina thing. Why are
that's
Filipinas more here?
Bayani.
but I feel like also it can be a good trait because you always see the good in people. Even if there are a lot of red flags, you kind of want to choose to see the good in people. But a lot of times you should have listened to the red flags.
I feel if you're I feel like if you're so into a person, you kind of overlook your red flags. If you're just like you become a bully. You're just like, oh, red flags. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's a full
it's not. But red flags also, it's not. I don't think they're a bad thing. Like people just have that. It's more of like if they're just like you're just not incompatible, right?
Yeah.
That's just what it means when you see that. You see something you don't like. It's like it doesn't work for you, but for other people it does. So it's
And
not
it's
always
something,
like a negative thing.
Right.
yeah, and it's something that you kind of learn along the way, as you age, how important boundaries are, and how important it is for us to know how far we should take this, or how much we should give all at once. Um, that's why ang lalim ng sense.
That's why
Okay.
Moira's in a good relationship.
Yes,
Matt,
we
you
are.
like red flags though.
But I wasn't always in a good relationship.
That's why Ria's wearing red. He's like,
it's a red flag.
Wow. Okay. So guys, the second attachment theory is anxious, preoccupied. Do you feel afraid of your loved ones pulling away and constantly seek more closeness in your relationships? Do you guys think you're like that? Parang hindi naman.
I think that's always in the back of my head though. Like,
Really, Matt? Share
no,
more.
no. I mean, like, let's say you like coming from like past relationships, you kind of notice a progression where you're just it's like excess baggage. Like this happened before, and it's always like you're worried that it's gonna happen again. So you kind of compensate for trying to do too much or like more than you should, like the more than the acceptable amount. Where it's not like you're smothering, but like I think overcompensating and doing too much is a thing too. That's probably one of my red flags too. I just realized, wow, Sherry, you are a doctor. Huh?
We diagnosed him. We found this red flag.
Yeah, find more.
Find
How
more.
about you? Do you pull away and constantly seek more? Or you said you were very clingy.
I'm very clingy. I'm very all in. When I make a choice, that's it.
Yeah.
And does it
Don't,
take,
don't make it fun.
but
We're
does it
not.
take you a while to realize that parang, okay, shit, I have to like give up on this now because you're all in, right? And then
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah. Yes.
matagal ka
Yeah.
market.
Yes. Yes. Right.
I think one thing we talked about with Ria is even yourself, you can't even tell yourself to like stop. You know what I mean? I have to like tell you like it's not good for you.
I
Like
feel like as a part of you becomes hopeful that things will change, that things will get better. Diba?
Yeah.
So there's that.
but it's not your job to change people.
No, yeah, it's not. It's just to
The
love
only
them
place,
until
yeah.
You can't. right? It's like, I think what you get, like, you can't idolize someone and put them on a pedestal and kind of just assume that they will change, or they have to like live up to your idea of them. And most of the time it never happens, right? Like, you just have this idea of someone in your head, and it's not up to them to, to keep that expectation of them. It's like, that's not me. What do you mean? But you have to be able to call it that. I know.
Bringing
Well,
the age.
You are like, are you a catch or are you a catch? Again, ladies, slide in. It's Mateo Laurel on Instagram.
Did you
Slide
say
in.
cat? Oh, I thought you said catfish. I was like,
them.
I thought you called me a catfish. I was like, what?
No, you're a catfish. Wait, what's the last one, Bea? What's the last attachment?
We have last two. So one is dismissive avoidant. Do you find yourself fearing being pressured in your relationship while often craving independence and freedom? We'll start with our guest here, Moira. Biglang ninanalyze.
Our surprise guest. Let's analyze Moira. Are you dismissive avoidant, Moira?
Welcome to the intervention.
Welcome to the therapy. Thirsty therapy.
Parang mag-high lang dapat ako dito.
You're naging therapy. Lie down on the couch. Tell us. What are your hopes and dreams, fears, and struggles?
I feel like the pressure comes in making sure that I don't make them abandon. Like I don't want to make anything like that would turn them off and make them just abandon me. So I want to be independent and free, and I want to show them that I can survive without them, but at the same time I want them there. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think
There's
I'm
no
exactly the same.
answer, by the way. This is about knowing yourself. I think maybe
Yeah.
the answer later.
I feel like I'm checking everything. Anxious, fearful, dismissive. Oh my God, I'm a red flag.
We'll send you guys the link. Everyone who's watching as well, even on YouTube and Facebook. So you
You know how
can
I forced the guy I was talking to take the test. On the phone, I was answering it for him, and he got secure while I got all of the negative
Oh,
ones.
nice.
That brings us to the
Did you
last
lie
one.
about it?
Lie about it? No, I was honest. He's honest.
Look, I'm a red flag.
I was like, accepted.
Love me, please.
Please don't leave.
everyone is beautiful.
Yeah, please stay put. So guys, the last one is secure. Do you find that you can effectively communicate and feel vulnerable in your relationships? Are we there? Are we the secure type? Again, this is the green flag.
I don't want to say I am. I think I'm working on it. That's what I want to be. Because coming from somebody who used to be super passive aggressive, I only learned to be communicative in my last relationship. So that's something I'm working on now, I guess. Ideally. But in terms of the other things that you said earlier, I feel like I have the tendency to have all those things at the back of my head. But this is the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Be secure. Diba? Hard to be insecure in a relationship. Oh my God. It's kakabaliw.
It's the worst. Like, it'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Like,
Super.
Thinking about things that haven't happened.
Yeah.
Unless you're told. No, like for me, it's like.
Whoops, I'm sorry.
No, you look out. I think even for me, it's like it's hard to be insecure at this age. You know what I mean? How do I even say this? Let's say you get into a relationship and you wonder if your partner is fooling around or is looking at other people. I think it takes a lot to kind of just overlook that and just be even if they are, you have to be okay with finding out. It's on you to you trust the person not to do it, but you also have to trust yourself to in case this happens, I'll be okay. And it takes a lot. I mean, that's why that's why it's hard to put everything, all your eggs in one basket, and then someone just no, that's not what I want. I mean, you have to be okay with yourself before you get into a relationship to begin with. Just because if someone leaves you, you're fine. I'm okay.
No, it's like what Moira said. It's not that she needs them there; it's that she wants him there.
Yeah,
I think it's that.
needs and
Yeah.
wants.
Have you guys read The Missing Piece Meets the Big O?
No.
They have, so there are these two really good books that I'll send you guys later.
Mm.
Basically, it tells the story of like how the circle tries to fit in different pieces, or this piece tries to fit into broken pieces, and he's like, "No, I should be a piece on my own." And then eventually, he becomes a circle on his own, and that's when he realized, "Oh, this is all I needed all along."
It's a
Nice.
geometry
I
book.
like that.
No, I'll send you the books. They were given to me by a friend of mine. To me and Catherine by Gege. It was like when we were both like just going through like identity crisis type thing.
Going through life.
I like that. Okay, I want to read those.
Yeah.
So guys, so secure, obviously being secure is a green flag. We are towards the end, and I am curious, what are, since I guess Matt, Ria, Shari, Bea, we are technically single, Moira's taken. But also, what are your green
Sorry.
flags as a
Yes.
person? Let's start with somebody who is actually in a relationship, a stable relationship. Moira, what was your main green flag? Or what is your main green flag?
Um, God, God being in a supportive relationship, like knowing that we have somebody who is actually full and good and lacking in nothing to hold on to, instead of just eating up each other's halfness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such an important thing in relationships when you have like a common ground. And I just want to add on to like what Matt was saying earlier about, wanting to be in the in that place where you can trust and you can be independent and you can do that, but also at the same time, um I didn't get that. I didn't get to the Jason. I wouldn't have gotten to that if Jason didn't come into my life already. Like, you can't learn how to trust when you're not face to face with the person you need to trust. Um, and so, like, that's something that you kind of have to learn along the way. And in order to be able to do that, you have to trust yourself and teach yourself that, okay, this is a new season, this is a new ground. Um, and yeah.
You have someone who's commenting here, more bakit ka laging nananakit ng
It was sweet. I liked it. Um,
Very good. I mean, it makes sense. Like, that
Yeah.
happens when meeting someone that you trust. I mean,
like, we can't hear you, Bea.
it's about finding someone you can trust. That's the main thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. How about you guys, Matt and Ria? What are your relationship green flags?
Why is it always red with me?
Green, yeah, green. You are you're a green flag, Matt. Tell me, what's your green
Relationship
flag?
green flags. I think for me, it's like I want someone who's open, who's not afraid to be like vulnerable. Because I don't like to do things in halves. I both feet, and then that's why it doesn't always work out for me. But like you don't want to ever feel like you didn't do enough, right? So it's like both feet in, and then you're not afraid to be. Being guarded is so hard because like I feel like everyone has had like bad experiences with relationships or whatever, and it's not an indication that the next person will do the same thing, but you're always kind of guarded for the next one. I feel like being vulnerable, it helps. I mean, it's good. It's like a good practice to just be soft and like open to new things and not close yourself off to like new relationships even.
Yeah.
I was gonna say loyalty is a green flag, but that's expected. Supposedly, that's not supposed to be like a plus. It's supposed to be part of it. So
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
think. Let me think.
Like I always say this though, Reed. Like you're not supposed to get a medal for doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If someone if you're in a relationship and someone hits on you, you don't get a medal for saying, "Oh, I turned him down." Like you're supposed
Exactly.
to do that. You're supposed to do that. That's like
Great.
Oh,
Matt,
man.
tama ka, Matt. You're a green flag, Matt, on my book. You're a green flag. Okay. Ria, how about you? Green flag.
Someone was asking me one time what I was looking for, and I was saying I want a good human being, and the person was like, "That's a normal thing. Like that's the basic entry to date you." I was like, "Oh,
The bar is so low.
I know, we're
yeah."
like, gusto ko
Yeah.
loyal, gusto ko mabae, gusto ko tao.
Okay.
Siguro, yeah,
Like,
somebody who communicates and is vulnerable also and trusts me and that I can trust. I think all of that. There we
How,
go.
yeah. How about you, Bea? What's your green flag? Since we are here, let's go around. Ikaw.
If you're not in the country.
touche. Touche, not in the same country. I would say good communicator and a stable, good values. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. I think mine would be family oriented and respectful. I think once if a person respects you, like everything else would just follow. Um,
Again,
yeah.
Okay.
Shari, those are non-negotiables. Those are like things you should be doing to begin with, right?
Alam mo, Matt, okay,
I don't make
mag-iisip
the
ako.
rules. I don't know.
Green flag. Again, close to his family. People aren't always like that. I think that's a
Yeah,
big
no.
one. Hmm.
Wait, can I ask my favorite question since we're coming to the end and this is my favorite. From the three guests, because Shari and I always do this already. What is love?
We asked that na Bea.
We're gonna ask our guest here.
Oh, okay.
She answered it
We
na.
answered it na, Bea. Are you lasing?
Waking up in the morning next to your best friend.
Oh,
Ayun.
Guys,
Oh,
dalasin
Julia
natin si Bea.
remembers. Oh.
Please
Ayun
do
na,
not
this is
one.
the podcast.
I'm not
Rewind.
used to having a car beside me. So
Nalasing si Bea. Okay.
Rewind.
Rewind. Na-rewind si Bea.
you both give the final rules.
That's our final question. What will make you put a ring on it or put a ring on that finger? What are you waiting for?
I've been thinking about this all day since you asked me this, and I was like, what will? I don't know. I think it's really just make me feel secure in the relationship. It's really just that, like the security in a relationship. It's really like, this is it. Like, make me feel like this is it. And I feel like it's a feeling thing more than it's like a standards thing, if anything. I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
Does that
you know
make
what?
sense?
Asked me what the difference was between Jason and all the other guys that I've dated. All the other guys, hindi naman marami. But all I could answer was peace. It's not that calmness that he gives me, that security that he gives me. And that can't be, that can't be manufactured. That's just when it's him, it's him. When it's her, it's her. When you know, and you'll know peace when it comes because it's such a strong.
Moira.
No, I believe that though.
But yeah.
I read something that it's like it's not the person who like excites you or gets your heart pumping when you see them. It's really just the person you feel calm around, and like that's like home to you, right? Like you go there to rest and not for like excitement. If that's where you feel most calm, is like where
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people do that. Like if you reassure me all the time, and I just when you trust someone completely, where you're just like, I know, like you have every like capability to hurt me, but you just won't, right? Like I just trust you. Period.
Right.
Until
And,
then,
Until then,
We'll
there's
get
no
there.
ring. I am rooting for all of us, guys. I am rooting for us. Okay. So, guys, sad as it is, we
I
are
don't even
towards
remember.
the end.
I don't even. So sorry, guys. I am like, this is a new arrangement.
I know.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. But guys, again, sadly we are towards the end of our topic. Our episode.
Someone
Bea and
that-
I know, sorry Camille Don Ramos. We gotta
Sorry,
end
I'm
it.
operated on tomorrow, so I have to sleep.
We have to rest.
We have to
So
sleep.
guys, we are towards the end. So that again, I do like it that we go around in a circle. Our takeaways. Did you guys learn anything new today? Bea, Moira, Ria, Matt, Shari. What did we learn? Let's start with our special. I know. Let's start with our special guest, Moira. Did you learn something from us today?
Okay. Let's start with our one boy in this room.
Okay. Oh, Matt, ikaw na muna. What did you learn today?
Don't fall in love with potential.
Hmm.
That'll
Going
ruin you. Yeah. And run away from red flags. Like you don't always have to jump in. See a red flag, don't charge.
yeah,
I'm still learning that. We're trying.
fingers crossed for us.
Note
Okay,
to self.
Ria.
Note to self. Same.
Oo.
That we shouldn't look past red flags. Like, yeah, that's her sakit, man.
Exciting kasi.
Hassle.
Exciting ang red flags.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
It has to be secure. It has to make you
Exciting
feel.
to start. And then
Yeah,
you go
okay, it's
nuts.
exciting to start. Pero yung saktong exciting lang. Not the type na parang, this will change my world completely. No.
Exactly.
No.
You want something
That's
more
not-
sustainable in the long run, right?
Yeah.
What,
No.
Bea?
The pandemic changed their world, so it's
Exactly.
no more change.
Yeah. I think that, and I love this attachment thing that you just taught us. Please send, because I'd really like to know.
I'll send you the
Where am
link. I'll send you the link.
Where am I? Who am I?
Sino ba ako?
Are you clingy?
Oh, Bea, how about you? Take away.
Okay, two things. Number one, you need a friendship like Matt and Ria that will keep you accountable and keep you supported no matter what. Because love is real and hard. And there
Yeah.
are a lot of fililing people there, including myself. So you will have friends to lessen the fililing. And number two, peace. I think that was a good one. I need peace.
Yeah.
Yes. How
You need
about
someone
you?
to tell you off.
Yeah, exactly.
That kararating ko lang.
I know. We just
We're just pressuring her. We actually got
Sorry,
a
you go
lesson from
first.
you.
Sorry, you go
Mine
first.
would be, I guess, again, like before, enough with the excitement, enough with the red flags. There's beauty in peace and security. That's we should be looking for. It's hard when somebody makes you feel secure. It's a beautiful feeling. We should chase that.
You're so mature.
But
How are
now,
you still single?
I know, right? Guys, spurring on it. um, Bea.
Wait. Put a ring on Sherry's finger, please. Okay.
On all of our fingers.
We'll change the question for Moira because we are bachelors and bachelorettes here. Like, can you give us just one piece of advice? Not too big, not too small. Just to help the people that are so worried. I mean, I'm not so worried, but a little bit. That dating has stopped. What do you think we should be thinking about right now?
Give us hope.
Um, I think we all, including us, we all need to remember that healthy bound you are worth the healthy boundaries. Like a lot of times we forget that we only protect and put value on those we put our attention to, that and sometimes we don't feel like we deserve that. So sometimes our standards go low because we forget our value. Sometimes we get inip with waiting because we're afraid it might never come again. But um, maybe this is a time that we can take to, really find that worth, so that by the time that person, whoever that person will be, comes face to face, we can show him or her our worth instead of finding our worth in that person.
I like that.
Moira for president.
Know your worth. Know your worth.
Where
That's
did
good.
Know your worth.
I love it more.
I know. Thank you so much, Moira.
I love life. Joke lang.
See, that's why she's not single. That's why she's not
I
single.
know. Kaya pala,
You
we're
guys.
missing something, guys.
Ah.
So, guys, thank you, Moira, and then thank you, Matt. Thank you, Ria, for joining us on our season finale. Guys, we have a season 1, can you believe? And being so candid. Matt, sorry
Thanks for
that we
having
kind of roasted you.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you
okay.
for letting us
I'm used
do
to it. My
So-
mom does it all the time. My mom does it all the time. You're good.
This was fun, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for agreeing to
Thanks
get
for having
interviewed
us.
and roasted. So next week, guys, we are taking a 1 week break, but we'll be releasing the best of the best advice we got for the entire season. I think we're gonna get a lot from this episode, Bea. So please,
Mhm.
guys, please do click subscribe to our YouTube channel and Instagram, Thirsty and 30, and our website, thirstyand30.club, so you don't miss any of our future episodes.
Yeah, so stay tuned on season two. I'm so sorry for my little blooper a while ago, but season two is gonna be fantastic and rowdier. We're going to get family, friends, in-laws that don't get along or get along,
We love
strangers,
that.
blind dates, foreigners, and all sorts of kinds of dynamics because it is complicated. It's not always simple and not always peaceful. And also, we have a weekly newsletter called The Thirst Trap. This week, we have Carla Lazardo, an interview with her, and how to make the best of opportunities. So, we send you hope, happiness, and humor in all your inbox. It's a guide for the modern day woman who wants to be smarter and saner and thirsty. Stay thirsty, you know. That's
Just
the
a
And
message.
modern woman.
modern
Oh,
man like Matt.
right. I'll give you tips.
And guys, don't forget, slide in Matt's DMs. So till then, guys, stay thirsty. Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thirsty and 30.